today for some Yogalates with Laura. I hope you're feeling well today. Let's get ourselves started with some mobility and postural setup. Start with the feet about hip distance apart, soften into the knees. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Imagine that string coming from the top of your head, just drawing you up towards the ceiling. Then lift the shoulders up, back and down, slide them in towards the spine and create that pinch between the shoulder blades. Make sure your arms are relaxed. Now find that neutral position with the pelvis, bowl of water, full to the brim, level or as close to level as we can achieve today. Now we connect into the core, zip running from pubic bone up to navel. It's just on a third of the way up to connect into the pelvic floor. Wide belt that runs around our midsection, 10 notches, it's only done up to the third notch. So a light connection in the body's natural corset. And now we're ready to go. Let's shove the shoulders up to the ears. Inhale. Exhale. And just let them go. Inhale. Exhale. And just let them go. So we want to release any tension from the body, neck and shoulders, but also from the mind. Just let go. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then from here, inhale, exhale, turn your head to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, turn your head to the left. Just a gentle set of neck turns. Your head will turn as far as feels natural to you today. Let's keep our chin parallel with the floor, so we're not hyperextending through the neck. The neck is in alignment with the spine. Shoulders are stable and level. Last one. Back to the center. Stand tall, inhale. Exhale, float one hand up. Probably your right hand if you're mirroring me. And then inhale. And exhale, and just gently guide the ear down towards the shoulder. And if you're particularly tense in your neck, just tuck the chin in towards the collarbone area. And relax, just one breath, inhale. Exhale. And then inhale and release, float that arm down, exhale, float the other arm up, inhale. And exhale, gently tilt, tucking the chin, you might find a deeper stretch. Don't force it though. Relax the other arm. Maintain the engagement into the core. Just one breath. Inhale. Exhale. And on the inhale, we'll release and stand tall. Inhale. Float the right arm towards the side. And then exhale. Float it up and over the top. Inhale. And exhale. So we're creating a little bit of rhythm and flow with the breath. And we're using the Pilates breathing sequence here and method, so we breathe into the middle part of the lungs mostly, lateral thoracic breathing. So you're expanding the ribcage outwards mostly as you breathe in and stretching up through the waist. Let's do one more of these to each side. Just allow the arms to become light and float. So the last one, the arms are going to float back down again. We're going to take the feet nice and wide. And then from here, we're just going to lunge from side to side. Try and get some rotation coming through the upper body. Relax into the arms. Allow your knee to follow over the middle of the foot, but staying behind the toes. So we're trying to get some movement into the ankles here as well, which will mobilize them. It will also help us a little later on. So let's do one more of these to each side. And then lastly, finish to the center. Set of wide lunges now. Please feel free to adjust your feet in a little for the lunge if you need to. Start with the inhale. Sink the weight back and down, float the arms just about chest height. Exhale, push up, expand through the chest, palms to front. Inhale, exhale. Again, your knees are going to follow in line with the middle of the foot. You're going to push up through the heels to stand, engaging into the back of the legs and into the bum. The hips are coming back into a neutral position, so just be aware of the hips, that they're not pushing forward. So we want to make sure that we come back up to neutral, standing and lengthening into the spine. One more like this, and then we're going to add on. On the next one, we're going to reach the arms up, and we're almost like we're creating an X shape. Reaching up. Again, you've got a choice. If balance isn't your thing today, you can stay with this. Or, if you would like to, on the next one, lift up and onto the ball of the foot. It may not be very high for the first couple, until your body finds stability. And we've just got 3 more of these. There's quite a lot of leg strength in the routine today. I would say it's probably more yoga based than Pilates. And let's do this for the last time. And then sink down and up. We're going to come to the edge of the mat and face inwards. Start with your set-up position. We're just going to do something called a ragdoll. Again, it's about just letting go of any tension, mind or body. Soften the knees, lengthen, stabilize into the pelvis, engage into the core. Inhale, float the arms up, and then as you exhale, bend the knees. Let go, let the arms go. Inhale, reach, exhale. Float, lengthen, and then just let it all go. 2 more times. You can do this anytime you feel that you need to get a release of tension. This is our last one. And then just float the arms down by our side. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest. Roll down through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. So we're still in Pilates mode here. Stabilizing into the pelvis, knees soft, head and neck relaxed. Go as far as you feel you can. And then inhale and exhale, roll up. Stack the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders are stable. Head, neck is the last thing to come up. So just a couple more. And if you feel uncomfortable with the roll down today, just lay yourself safely down onto your mat and just do some gentle lumbar rolling. So we're bending or softening into the knees, not necessarily bending. So we can engage into the leg muscles. We're feeling a release into the back, maybe even into the hamstrings. Last one to come up. And then we're going to use one roll down to take us down to the mat onto all fours. Or feel free to go down in your own way. When you get to the bottom of your roll down, just start to bend the knees and walk the hands forward, coming into all fours. Release the feet, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's inhale to dancing cat, bringing the knee towards the nose, arching the back. And then exhale, lift the chin and lift the foot like a scorpion's tail. Inhale, exhale. 3 more on this side. Now try and keep your weight centered so you're not leaning over onto that back side. Opening up into the front of the hip. 1 more time on this side. And then feel free to release into child's pose if you need to. Set it up, inhale, exhale. So create space into the front of the body. The movement is controlled. And we are preparing for something else that we're going to do later on. Setting a little seed. Last one. And then release. Just take a release back. You just want to release through the wrists before we go into our push and pull pointer. Come up when you're ready. Reset, hands under shoulders, knees under the hips. Lengthen the spine. Eye gaze down in front of the hands, between the hands. Shoulders away from the ears. Core engage. Inhale. Exhale. Float the front arm and the back leg to hip height. And then inhale. And now as you exhale, you're drawing into the center. Drawing knee to nose, the elbow towards navel. Inhale. Exhale. So you're trying to lengthen everything out. And then close it all in as tight as you can. Everyone is different. So you may not find you're comfortable going all the way in. Partial range of movement is good. Controlling that leg, so not like the dancing cat. The leg should just be level with the hip. This is our last one. And then release. We'll do the same on the other side, but feel free if you need to release back into child's pose and then set yourself back up again. Inhale, exhale. So it's the other arm and leg this time. And then inhale and exhale. Draw into the center. So the chin is slightly tucked, just to bring the neck in alignment with the spine. Now try and get the palm facing in, thumb on top, fingers pointing forwards. So a great exercise for activating into the core, bringing length, and then contracting in. One more time. And then release. Take a moment, push back into child's pose. Release that into the wrists if you need to. And when you're ready, inhale. Come all the way onto your front. Now, we're going to take the hands out to the sides and almost make like spiders with your fingers. And just check that your arms and your hand are in line with the shoulders. Your legs are hip distance apart. Chin tucked, eye line down. So this is our exultant cobra. So we've got length, stability, engagement into the core. Yoga breath here. Inhale, lift up, bending the elbows. And then exhale and release down. If you need to change your hand position so you can bend your elbows a little more, you can. So exultant cobra. With the arms wide, what you'll probably find is that you're able to lift higher than you would normally in cobra. So continue with this version of the movement if this is what feels right for your body. Or after this one, we're going to drop into the shoulders as we come down. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling, now dropping through the right shoulder and looking under the left arm. Inhale, exhale. So just bring in a little bit of movement through the upper torso. It's great for the postural muscles in the mid to upper back, but also for really opening up into the chest and the front of the shoulders as we lift. Let's just do one more of these to each side. And then lift up, release down, bring the hands under the shoulders, inhale, and then exhale back into child's pose. Taking ourselves up into downward facing dog now, so the arms extended in front, inhale, exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, adjust your feet, hip distance apart, Bend the knees as much as you need to. Spread the fingers and toes. And just soften into your downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, try and find space under the armpits, down the sides of the body and into the spine. And as you lift up through the navel to spine, create that space in the center of the torso. And on the next inhale, we're going to float the back leg up. And as you exhale, knee to nose, like we did with the dancing cat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Try and keep that supporting knee facing forward. Now on our last one, we're going to hold it in. Hold it. Inhale, exhale. And as we inhale, foot between the hands, bend back knee, exhale, come up to lunge. Straighten into your back leg, bring the arms up, fingers pointing to the ceiling. So we're going to do a moving lunge. So with the hips square, shoulders square, we're going to inhale, and then cactus arms, exhale, come down into your lunge, bending into your back knee. Inhale, pushing into that front heel, exhale, sliding the shoulders back and down, and the elbows. One more in this direction, facing front. And on the next one, we're going to rotate as we come down to the back. Rotate, hips facing forward, and now rotate to the front. If you're comfortable too, you can straighten that front leg and the back leg as you lift up. Rotating from the thoracic spine now. So keeping the hips facing forward. Dropping that back knee just under the hip, and the front knee tracking the middle of the foot, or maybe just above the ankle. One more time to each side. And then hold it up. Slight bend in that front knee if you need to. Straighten the back leg, inhale, and exhale, and see if you can lift your chest a little higher towards the ceiling. Just get your balance. Push into that front foot and lift. One breath, inhale, exhale. Now as we inhale, we release up. We open out to warrior two. Slight adjustment with the feet. So this foot pointing directly forward, this heel pointing directly back. Square off the hips and shoulders, directly stacked. Arms in line with the shoulders, we're creating a spear. And just check that bent knee is over the middle of the foot. It's not rolling in, or unlikely to, but possibly to roll back. And then inhale. Exhale and reach as far as you can. Float this arm down onto that thigh, and then the other hand up towards the ceiling. Just checking that nothing has changed. We're not leaning forward. Maintain that position of the pelvis. Now, if you would like to extend the stretch, inhale, exhale and reach overhead. Have a look under the arm where the wall meets the ceiling. If you feel you can go deeper, slide this hand down. But remember, we don't want to cause any disturbance or tension in the mind or the body. One breath, inhale, exhale, and now as we inhale, we rise back up to warrior two. Take an inhale, and then an exhale to come to the other end of the mat. Inhale, look towards your thumbs, exhale, palms down to the center line, push the hips back, forward fold, release. Take an inhale for half a lift, hands on shin or thighs. Exhale, release, forward fold, Uttanasana. Now take your front hand around the back ankle. And take your back hand and place it somewhere around your opposite kidney. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Relax the head and neck. Inhale. And then exhale and just soften. And see if you can get a little bit of a twist. Checking that the position of the knees hasn't changed, or the position of the pelvis. You want to maintain that really strong position of the pelvis. Relax the head and neck. Just take one breath. Inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, we release to center and we roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, palm to palm, look towards the thumbs. Exhale, swivel round to front. Take the feet as wide as you feel comfortable, with the feet turned out again as far as feels comfortable. Bring your hands up to prayer. Take an inhale and an exhale into side lunge, Skandasana. Now, I'm not going to go all the way down today because I don't seem to have enough flexion in my ankle to stop my heel lifting up. But if you do, then feel free to go all the way down to the bottom of your side lunge. Otherwise, I'm just going to hold it here. Everything facing front, prayer position with the hands. Inhale. Maybe just rise a little, and as you exhale, see if you can sink a little bit lower. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to come through the center. Maybe a slight adjustment with the feet. And sink as you exhale. Square to front again. So if a little release helps you to go a little deeper into the movement, then that's absolutely fine to do that. Now this knee here is going to again track over the middle of the foot. But really to get that flexion going and to get depth into the movement, it is okay to allow it to come forward as far as it feels comfortable to. Just one more breath, inhale. Exhale and sink. And on the next inhale, we rise up, release. We're going to bend into this knee and come to the other side of the mat. Inhale, look to thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Tabletop, pushing the hips, we're finding length. And then we release. Then we take that inhale to half a lift. And the exhale to release. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back into our downward facing dog again. Do what you need to here. Maybe it'd be a case of just paddling through the feet. Or maybe it feels good to sway the hips. Finding more space into the side body. And then settle in the center. Let's just take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale again. Bend the knees. Be generous with your spine. Allow that freedom, the head and neck to relax. On the next inhale, float the back leg up. Exhale. Knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. So maybe this side feels quite different to the other. Especially if you've got any tightness or maybe an injury. Just check the integrity of your supporting knee facing directly forwards. Now on the next one, we're going to hold it. And then we're going to release it through between the hands. We're going to bend that back knee for stability. Come up to our lunge. Reach up. And then for the cactus and the moving lunge, we exhale as we lower. We inhale as we reach. Now if twisting isn't your thing today, you can stay with this, that's okay. Otherwise, after this one, we're going to add the rotation to back. And then the rotation to front. Cactus arms. So you're finding strength into the arms and really using the breath. supplying the muscles with oxygen, but finding rhythm and flow. Finding freedom in our twist. Let's do one more to each side. And then holding this one up. Either bending in that front leg or straightening it, whatever feels comfortable. I find it easier to bend, gives me more stability. And then reach, inhale, exhale, pushing in to both feet to stabilize. Using the breath to open the chest. And then release up. And then from here, warrior two. Micro adjusting your feet. Remember the position, opening up through the hip. So it's not just the knee opening out, comes from the hip. Square off. Inhale. Exhale and reach. Inhale, float. And then exhale, extend. If that's what feels comfortable today. Have a look where the wall meets the ceiling. Increase the stretch. You may be comfortable to reach the floor, or maybe just hold onto your ankle, or place your hand against your lower leg. Use a little bit of opposition. Make sure the tailbone is tucked under, so we're not pushing our hips back. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, find more space. Down the right hand side of your body, if you're mirroring me. And on the next inhale, we come back up to warrior two. Stabilize first, and then on the next inhale, come to the other end of your mat. Inhale, look to thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, release. Front hand goes round back ankle. Back hand comes round to the opposite kidney. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale to exhale and twist. You might even be able to rotate around enough to look up to the ceiling. Relax the head and neck. Just check for tension. One breath. And on the next inhale, we're going to release, center up, and then roll up. Look to the thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Half a lift again. And then release for the last time. Option, take the feet out to the edges of the mat, turn their feet out. Take an inhale and then exhale, sink the hips down and just sit yourself down. Either that or bring yourself onto your back, whatever way you wish. Let's set up. We're going to finish with a little bit of Pilates. Adjust your feet hip distance apart, knees in line with the feet, arms by the side. Let's take a moment to lengthen the spine and stabilize the pelvis. Remember, we like it like a flat triangle or an imprinted triangle, slightly tilted. Everything that we did at the start of the session, the length, the stability, the connection to the core, and then float your fingers to your temples or support your head. We're just going to prepare the upper abdominals with some abdominal crunches. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, peel the head and shoulders off the mat and look between the knees. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Space under the chin. Warming up the upper abdominals. Stabilizing the pelvis. Keeping the knees absolutely still. Just 2 more of these. And then release. Float the arms down by your side. In the same position, inhale. Exhale, float one leg up. Tabletop position, knee above hip. Shin parallel with the floor if you're in neutral. If you're in imprint, it will be slightly tilted. Stabilize, inhale, exhale, float the other leg up. Now if you feel comfortable too, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, extend one leg, then the other, so the legs directly above the hip. We're going to do some frog legs to prepare the legs for the next exercise. So inhale, and then exhale, bend the knees, take the knees out. You're keeping contact with the feet, you're pushing your knees out, so we're creating like a frog shape with the legs. Inhale, and then exhale. So try to really get the hamstrings activated, although they probably have with what we've done previously in our standing sections. Think about the length, toes pointing to the ceiling, tailbone in contact with the mat. Just two more. Now if you need to release and then join in again, you can. So I'm just going to take my legs back to tabletop, separate the knees out so they're back in line with the hip, floating the arms behind, and then extend the legs again. Inhale, float your front leg down towards the floor, and as you exhale and lift the leg, you're going to reach up, a little bit of an abdominal crunch. Inhale, lower back leg. Exhale and reach. Front leg. Make sure you're lowering your head and shoulder all the way back down to the mat between each repetition. And try not to let your leg actually touch the floor. So it's just off the floor. And of course you can go back to tabletop if you prefer and just do little toe taps down towards the floor. I will demonstrate. So you've got two more on each side. I'm going to demonstrate the option. So the option would be to tap and just reach your fingers forward. One more time to each side. Now if you can, on the next one, you're going to hold it up and pulse. So you're either in this position or your legs are up and you're reaching up towards your toes. Just for 5 more. And then release. Float the arms back down, bend the knees, float one leg, then the other. Extend the legs out. Let's just bring our arms down by our side. And just relax for a moment. And when you feel ready, bend the knees. Bring both knees in towards the chest. Take hold of the shins or thighs. And just release yourself side to side. You can either keep the head still, or you can allow the head and neck to release through. And then just settle in the center. Just place your back leg down and draw that front in towards your chest. Inhale and exhale and draw your forehead towards your knee and then extend that leg. So we've got a hamstring stretch. You're going to hold on above or below the knee and keep your tailbone in contact with the mat. So we've got a nice stretch, nothing forced, with the back of the leg. And trying to maintain that stretch, we're going to lower the head and shoulders down and see if you can just relax into this really nice hamstring stretch. Just use the breath, the inhale, and the settling on the exhale as the muscle relaxes. And just start to carefully release and place that foot onto the other thigh. And then inhale and float that leg up. Now, if you want to get a little bit more into this hip, try and maintain a 90-degree angle at that other leg. So if you let it relax, it doesn't really do much to assist this stretch, but if you find you bring it to that 90-degree angle and draw it in as far as you feel comfortable, you will feel a deeper stretch. So this is our, sometimes it's called the thread needle stretch, but also it can be called the supine pigeon. Just relax. And then carefully start to release. Allow that leg to come down. Take the other knee in towards the chest. Inhale. Exhale, forehead to knee. When you feel ready to inhale, hamstring stretch. Hold on wherever it's comfortable, above or below the knee. Try and find the stretch where it feels good. When you feel ready, without losing the stretch, relax again. Relax the foot, relax the leg. Use the breath, inhale, exhale. Just one more breath here. And on the next inhale, we're going to release. Foot onto thigh, left up, 90-degree angle in that front leg, reach through. Again, relax it and see what happens. It kind of lets go, and then when you lift it up, it really does open up that hip a little bit more. And another way of doing this is to come up against a wall. So your foot would be against a wall, and you'd be using the opposition of the wall to really increase that stretch. Just breathe into this space that you've created, especially exhale. And then carefully release. Roll yourself around onto your side, come onto your front. We'll take a child's pose stretch. Knees wide, feet together, bum towards the heels, extend the arms out in front. Inhale, exhale and sink down. See if you can get your forehead in contact with the mat. Get yourself a block or a pillow if you need one to rest your head on. So that space we've just created around the hips, maybe that's allowing your bum to get closer to your heels. Finding that stretch into the front of the shoulder, top of the chest. And on the next inhale, we're just going to release, coming up into our cat-cow. Hands back under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck the chin. Tuck the tailbone and arch the back. Inhale, bend the elbows, lead with the chin, come through into your cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. So find that fluid movement through the spine. Freedom around the spine, flexibility is one of the major keys to our longevity in an active life. Last cat, last cow. Come back to neutral. Have a seat, come round. Legs out in front, cross legs, any position you wish. Let's just finish with a few shoulder rolls. Make sure we haven't left any tension anywhere. And if you'd like to, let's just open the chest. You can place your hands behind, squeeze your elbows together, or interlace your fingers, push your knuckles down towards the floor, and open up through the chest. Inhale to release, cross the palms, tuck the chin, lift the shoulders up to the ears, try and create that C shape. And then release. Our work is done. Thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your energy and your effort. I look forward to seeing you soon. We're moving in the right direction. So enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you next time.